Did that catch on film? I hope that caught on film, man. Hold on. Let's try to, I went to put this in the. Hold up. Would you stay in the. There. It's in the. Okay. I don't know what I was trying to do, but that was cool. So finally, we are finishing up the Skulls trilogy with Skulls Anthony. Wow. It got good towards the end, but like this movie is rough. It is rough. I mean, you could tell like the first two I was into, like really into. This one I kept checking my phone, I kept looking down, I kept trying to do other stuff, but I didn't watch it. And we have our main character of her name's not in the thing. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name. Her name is Harmony. Not Harmony. Glory. No, that's not her name. She's played by Claire Kramer, who's Glory on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She wants to pledge the skulls. Of course, they only accept guys, but she goes, and I guess her boyfriend doesn't. Her boyfriend, played by Sean Sipos, was from Final Destination 2. And the other guy, whatever his name is, was in Wrong Turn 2. So a lot of twos in this. And I will say, like, there's a guy in this that is the son of the leader of the Skulls in this one. And they make you think he's going to be like Caleb from the first one. Paul Walker in the first one. But they do a flip because you're led to think that he's in on it the whole time. And then it's the best friend guy that's been supposedly helping her the entire time that's in on it. And the son had no idea. And then, so there's that. Barry Bostwick plays the head of the Skulls in this one. It's another frame job, and strangely enough, unlike the second one, I kind of understand why they did it in this one. There's a reason to it. Where the last one, they just, we couldn't trust him, so we have to make sure he doesn't, because he hadn't gone to the cops or anything yet, but I don't know. Here, it's very much like blackmail stuff. Like, hey, you drop out of this race, and like a governor race or whatever it is, and we'll let your daughter off the hook. So what it is that she joins, she pledges, she joins, and then she goes to one of the little cocktail parties, and she has one drink, and then she feels weird. She goes home. Her boyfriend is there, apparently getting an email from her, which this movie came out in 2003. Text messages were a thing. I mean, they had cell phones. So I don't understand why. Yeah, I mean, email. But he got an email from her. And then we see them go upstairs. And then it cuts to the next day. And there's like a face that's smashed. She's laying there. And it got like marks on her. And all this would be really cool. Kind of reveal. If this wasn't being told to us from the point of view, they do the thing where it's like, I'm going to tell you what happened. And then we go through. Like, first she's talking to the cops. She tells them what happened. And then she runs off to her dad and she tells him the rest of the story. So this would be a nice reveal if we didn't already know that the boyfriend had been murdered. This feels like, the way they filmed this, feels like they were setting up for that. Like, it's a nice little reveal. But someone, somewhere, whether it was Universal or someone, said, no, they're not going to understand that. We have to put in a narration. So we have to put in a framing device so that people will understand it. Because people are stupid, apparently. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. We have to have her telling people the story. We can't just have her go in and cut to, no, that's an interesting story. But the stuff we already seen, but no. And so yeah, boyfriend's dead. And again, I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, where's the body? And I find out, he's dead. Of course, we knew that, because we already knew that. And like I said, this guy that's been with her, supposedly on her side, has been working. I was like, I don't know if I like that. He's been helping her, but he's been a mole the entire time. I don't know. I don't know this as well. And then they did the thing with the son where he shows up like, okay, here it is, off briefing. He's like, I had no idea what's going on. And I'm like, really? So, I'm like, they kind of reversed it where the person helping her is supposed to be the friend, like Leslie Bibb was in the first one. Yeah, like the Leslie Bibb character, who would be the new love interest, is the one that's in on it. You know, like that. And then the Caleb character is actually not in on it. It's kind of reversed. I was like, at first I'm like, wait, son of the guy in charge. This seems like a female revamped version of the original. And maybe they saw that, and I know we have to switch it. We have to have the person helping her be the bad guy, and then the spoiled son is not the bad guy. So, yeah. And then again, we find out he's no longer a skull. He gets shot in the arm, and yeah. That's it. There's not much to talk about. I mean, it's not that good. There are some interesting ways you can go with this movie. Like, quite simply, I understand like what they were going for, where it was, you know, the last two movies have been about a male's point of view of the skulls. Why not do it females? And that could work if you had the right story. I don't know if this is. I mean, tell you this: if you switched out, like if you switched her out with a man and made it the girlfriend was murdered, there's no difference. There's no reason it had to be a girl. There's things that become like, oh, hey, this is sexist and a girl should be able to be pledged. I get that. But, like, why did it have to be a girl for them to, like, plot-wise? Why did it, like, well, it had to be his child to blackmail, but, like, why specifically did it need to be a girl? Plot-wise, I don't know what I'm doing with my arms. It just, I don't know. It's a head scratcher for me. I didn't really understand. And there's really not much to say about this one. It's that I knew there was a reason I don't go back to it. Even like the cinematography, it feels cheap. This came out in 2003. This was advertised on a DVD. The Rundown, I think I remember seeing this advertised for. But yeah, it's nothing to write home about. Yeah, I prefer the other two, to be honest. Like I said, I was interested in the other two the entire time. Even the second one, I was interested. I'm like, this is really good. This, I don't know, it's stuff we've seen before, first of all. You know, they get pledged, they get taken in. This time to do a thing where they're buried in a coffin thing. They did that in the first one. So, yeah, it's all repetitive stuff. That's why I was like, this is like a repeat of the first one. You know, person is pledged, someone close to them gets murdered, and now there are two people on the run. But they did the switch around with the guy on the run with her is actually in on it, and the person you think is in on it, the son of the guy in charge, is actually not in on it, is actually a good guy. I like that. But other than that, I would have to say when it comes to the Skulls 3, it's not worth your time. Not really at all. But I'm glad I'm finally done so it's not hanging over my head, you know, the entire time. But, yeah, nothing really major about this one. Don't know if I'll revisit it again. I watched the other two over this, for sure. But, yes, so there's that. Next up, Full Moon Friday will be the next review I do. But, yeah, so what are your thoughts on the Skulls 3? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.